gerunds and infinitives. That is the second part that we reviewed yesterday. What is the objective for today? To identify the verbs used with gerunds through activities. Okay, we are going to review. At the beginning, we are going to make a little remember about the topic of yesterday. Yeah. How do you form infinitives? Remember, you are going to form infinitives using the word to plus a verb. An example, to read. There is an infinitive. And how do you form gerunds? We are going to form gerunds using the verb plus ing. So the example, reading. Okay? Here we have some examples in sentence. I need to read romantic novel. There we have my infinitive. A gerund example. She likes reading drama books. There we have my gerund. Okay? That was the class of the last date. Okay? We are going to review negative form. Remember, in order to form negative, we only have to add the word not before the to in the case of infinitives, and in the case of gerund we are going to add the word not before the verb. So, not to read, not reading. Okay? We are going to continue with examples in sentence. I need not to read romantic novel. Or she likes not reading drama books. Remember, here I am using the letter S because this sentence is in present simple. Okay? She likes not reading drama. Okay? In this case, you only have to put emphasis on how do you form infinitives and how do you form gerunds. Okay? We are going to check the second part of gerunds and infinitives. Gerunds and infinitives in sentence. When do you use gerunds and infinitives? Pay attention. When we need to separate two verbs in a sentence, we must use infinitive or gerund. Pay attention there. Here I have one verb and two verbs. In this case, one verb and the second verb. It means that we are going to use gerund or infinitive in order to separate the two verbs. Okay, in this example, I finished doing my homework. Okay, I have two verbs. In the second sentence, I want to play a new cell phone. Here we have one verb and there is my second verb in infinitive form. In this case, here I have the first verb and there we have my second verb in the root form. Okay, but there are some rules that explain us when do you have to use gerund and when do you have to use infinitive. Okay, we are going to check. Yeah, in this case, when do you have to use gerund? It is used after the following verbs. It means you have to study these verbs: enjoy, dislike, finish, mind, keep, avoid, miss, practice, consider, can help, admit, and imagine. It means, here you have an example, okay? I avoid talking with my classmate. It means you have to identify these verbs. Okay? In this case, I have the verb avoid. As the verb avoid is in the list of gerunds, the second verb is going to be in gerund form. I avoid talking with my classmate because the verb avoid is in that list. Okay? We are going to see the second example. I dislike. That is my first verb. Dislike. As this verb is in this list, we have to use gerund. Okay. Dislike. I dislike waiting for buses. Okay, another example could be, for example, I can use the verb enjoy. As enjoy is in that list, I'm going to say I enjoy playing soccer. I finished doing my homework. I practice singing a song. I imagine buying new clothes. Okay, I consider reading novels, for example. So you have to study this list in order to know if the second verb have to use gerund. Okay, we are going to continue word infinitive. It is used after the following verbs. Example, I go to visit my family in London. It means you have to identify in this list the verb. In this case, go is the infinitive list. So I go to visit my family. In the second case, choose. If the verb choose has in the list choose, pay attention. If choose is in the list, I have to use infinitive. For this reason, I choose to travel to Paris. If the verb is in the list, I'm going to use infinitive. In this case, I need. Need is in the infinitive list. So I need to buy a new jean, for example. Another example, I decide to travel by car. With the verb want, I want, infinitive, I want to eat Chinese food. For example, I hope to play tennis tomorrow. It means you have to study that list in order to know if you have to use infinitive. We have some special verbs we are going to see. In this case, we said some verbs can be followed either by a gerund or to infinitive, without any change in their meaning, in the simple present or past tense. Yeah. If you have these verbs, like, love, prefer, hate, don't like, you can use both gerund or infinitive. Okay, it means I can say I like to reading books, or I like reading books, or I like to read books. For example, with the verb love, I love reading books, or I love to read books. That is the same with the other verbs. For example, I hate playing soccer, or I hate to play soccer. That is the same. It means you can use these verbs with gerund or infinitive. Another example with the verb don't like. I don't like to dance salsa music, or I don't like dancing salsa music. That is the same. It means you can use gerund or infinitive with those verbs. Only with those verbs. Solo con estos verbos, ¿ok? Here you have an example. Do you like reading comics? Yes, I do. I love reading comics. Pay attention. Here we have two verbs. In this case, like and reading. As like allows the use of gerund and infinitive, we can use do you like reading or do you like to read. That is the same. In this case, I love to read or I love to reading. That is correct. And that is all for today. So I am going to send you through the classroom your activity for today. So please pay attention and do the homework. Thank you, students. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.